Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the group selection ceremony for the Team Liquid Legacy Star League Season 2. So, gonna be doing something a little bit different today. Basically, we've got a live show match between TechnicS and NeMu, two of our qualified players. They'll be playing, I think, a best of 5, with NeMu going random or something. Whatever happens, it's all going to be live, unlike usual, where we do it from replays, like right after the games are played. So anything can happen, basically. I do apologize for a slightly late start, by the way. We had some technical difficulties, aka it's that, you know, dreaded thing where you're 5 minutes before going live and suddenly shit doesn't work. It just doesn't work. More specifically, my StarCraft wouldn't start. I was like panicking. I was like, oh my god, why is Brood War not starting? Ah! But I fixed it, so we're good, we're fine. Yes, excellent. So best of 5 show match, possibly best of 7, depending on how long the games go, whether the players feel up to it. And then yes, for the group selection ceremony, I will be drawing names out of this Razer bag. Look at that! I even have a Razer branded bag to pick names out of. Isn't that cool? If you're wondering what this is, by the way, it's the bag that my keyboard came in, because I got a Black Widow keyboard. So yeah, it comes in like a velvet bag thingy, which is really awesome. So it came in handy now. And then we'll do all that good jazz. So looks like our players are in the channel. TechnicS is AFK 30 seconds, so we'll give him 30 seconds to get a drink or something. I don't know what he's doing. And then we can get going. Now this was fairly off the cuff, so I think we're just gonna go like Fighting Spirit first map and then loser picks or something like that. That's usually the format for these things, but it's basically up to the players. I'll just confirm right now. FS first, then loser picks ? Alright. Now they're speaking in some other language that's not English, so I have no idea what's going on. Whatevs. I'm just gonna go make... oh wait, no, do I need... Wait. Do I need #L2? ? This is complicated, man. Hosting games of Brood War is no easy feat. Yes, I do. Okay. Got it. Say #L2/1. Now, if any of you are frantically trying to figure out what server I'm playing on to join this game, and, you know, troll me or say hi to your mom or anything like that, I'm afraid to inform you that actually, you can't even reach me. This is the private Team Liquid server that we're using, and we will be using for the rest of the tournament. So, oh shit, wrong map version. So yeah, I am untouchable by all of you would-be trolls. Yeah, I feel quite bad for Steve, man, because he's always, you know, hanging out trolling me in these live games, but not today, I'm afraid, not today. Now I just realized, like, I don't even need a password. I don't need to close slots. This is crazy. Look, I can even show you guys. You know what? Let's just go in here. Look at the good old lobby screen. Look at this. I have all these slots closed, but I'm like, wait a minute, nobody can even get on the server. So see, that's pretty cool. Anyway. Okay, you guys can play whatever you want as long as it's not ZVZ. Okay, ready? Alright, whatevs. Let's go! Let's start! Why is there no sound? Oh, there's the good old countdown. Boom. Alright, here we go. Oh wait, the thing still says draw versus TechnicS. That's not true! God, why is my overlay lying? Alright, hold on. The true combatants in this arena are in fact the real NeMu. That's right. I'll just call him NeMu because actually, you know what? Nah, you know, I'll leave it as real NeMu. And Triple Fake Tech, aka TechnicS. I'm pretty sure that's TechnicS. It could be some other random person, but I don't think anybody else actually can get on the server, or at least I assume so. So that's what's going on here. More importantly, I think we have some reverse race action. Oh my god, was that epoxide? I wasn't even paying attention. I'm like trying to do the overlay and epoxide comes in. Oh man, that's pretty crazy. Alright, looks like I'm actually not safe here, contrary to what I thought. Hey, sorry, I was getting slightly confused because actually TechnicS is off racing right now. So TechnicS is playing Protoss and NeMu's playing Zerg, because originally what we wanted to do was have Draw versus TechnicS reverse race match, so TechnicS Protoss and Draw Zerg, because their off races are quite strong. But Draw's apparently been playing for like 12 hours straight or something, so he couldn't come. So we got TechnicS versus NeMu instead, which is equally awesome. All right, sick. So NeMu busting out the mind game. Anyway, all right, man, I'm getting so confused now. Okay, we got a 12 hatch. 12 hatch versus the good old Mega Tight Wallin. With the gateway here and the forge here. I should probably not type. It detracts from my my talking. I'm not one of those Gosu people who can like talk and type at the same time. It doesn't work. I don't know how people do that, you know, or like text and talk to somebody at the same time. My mind can't actually function or handle two like language inputs at the same time, or outputs, or whatever it is. I don't know. I'm just clearly not good at multitasking. I guess that's why I'm not good at StarCraft. I can't multitask in StarCraft either. That's why I just like never harass or anything like that. Because whenever I like try and do a drop or something, my minerals go up to like 5,000. It's absolute madness. Okay, so looks like we got a third base over here at the bottom of our natural. Do I have my game music on, by the way? Okay, I do. I think we just have like the Zerg theme, which is clearly lame compared to the Terran one. I'm like, you know, trying to listen out for those awesome Terran beats, and they're just not coming, man. It's like a weird, creepy Zerg music. Anyway, so, excuse me, we just a very normal forge fast expand here with the cannon here. Sometimes the Protoss will put the first one like a little bit back. This one's a little bit easier to snipe if you're getting Hydra busted or something. Hydras can just, you know, run up here and take it down easy. Whereas the one in the back's a little bit harder to do. But it doesn't really make too much of a difference. I don't know if NeMu would necessarily Hydra bust TechnicS here in game number 1. It's not exactly, you know, a must-win game or anything. This is just a fun show match that we're doing as a prelude to the group selection ceremony. But it could be interesting if these guys end up, you know, getting in the same group in the round of 24 or something like that, or in the round of 16. Could be an interesting prequel to their upcoming matchup. Although I'm pretty sure if they do actually play each other in the TLS, TechnicS won't off-race. Although who knows? Who knows? I mean, he did off-race last season in one of the qualifier finals against somebody, I can't remember, some Zerg. Maybe it was Eon Zerg? I think he might have played Protoss against Eon Zerg. Either way. So, nothing too fancy coming out from these guys just yet. Just like standard Stargate here from Mr. Protoss. And, actually, no gas yet, so we've got 4 hatches before gas. Looks like we might even have a 5th one. He's got enough minerals for it. So NeMu actually doing 5 hatch, no gas. So going 5 hatch Hydra here, although he's not building a hatchery, which is rather concerning to me. Like, if this wasn't a live game, I would have assumed it was a bugged replay. But I'm like, what? I almost said that too. I was like, clearly this replay is bugged. Oh wait, it's a live game. So that's, yeah, that's not ideal. Anyway, whoop. All right, good. So looks like TechnicS gonna poke out here with a few of these ults. worker in the world, I gotta say. He's actually gonna have to back up here. I'm pretty sure 3 Zealots against 8 Lings. If you micro the Zealots correctly, you can at least get an even exchange there, so that's not so good. We have a 6 hatchery before gas build. Oh man, is he just going mass Lings with like double upgrades? Oh man, that is so sick. NeMu, what is he doing? Look at this. He's gone 6 hatches before gas. And he lost the cannon, or he lost an overload to the cannon somehow. I think the Corsair just pushed it in. Anyway, so, that's interesting. So basically what he's gonna do is he's like gonna turtle up a little bit here with doing some Sunken Spore. He didn't even make like a proper Sim City here, but I guess it doesn't matter too much because he's gonna be spamming Zerglings like crazy. And presumably he's gonna, well, I would have liked it at least if he would get double upgrades while doing this. But it doesn't seem that he's doing that. Yeah, this is going to be pretty crazy. I mean, TechnicS didn't go for very fast upgrades himself. He's just gone for very standard Stargate Citadel, normal PvZ play. So he might be quite surprised by this. And his Corsairs, I don't think, have gone over to the main yet. They've been poking around here trying to get some overload kills. So I don't think TechnicS actually knows what's going on. But even if he did know what's going on, this is so unusual that I don't even honestly know what the best response is. Because look at this. NeMu's actually still droning up. He's gonna have an insane economy right now. So many drones, and just by massing Lings and having these Sunken Spore defenses, he might actually be able to hold off any kind of attack. So, so I'm wondering if maybe the best response to this is actually if you scout it fairly quickly, you can maybe just take a super fast third and just kind of defend, because mass Ling, like, obviously they get bunched up very easily, so if you just hold the choke points, like if you block the ramp with a couple of Zealots, you just kind of hold this area with some storms and whatnot, it's not too difficult to defend against mass Ling, but obviously you don't really want to move out on the map with a small group of units, because then you're just getting big trouble. Anyway, a curious position for the lair here at like the 3rd hatchery at the natural, really funky positioning, I've never seen that before. But yeah, he might even like rush up to Hive and to get the Adrenal Glands upgrade, and also to get like some Queens for Broodling. One very memorable game on this map, in fact, between my favorite Zerg player of all time, Zero, and I think it was Perfect Man. Yeah, it was definitely Perfect Man. Zero actually went just mass Cracklings plus Queens, and he Broodlinged all the Templar to get rid of the AoE. And then his mass Cracklings just like completely tore apart the Protoss army, because Cracklings are mega cost efficient against Protoss ground units. You really need the Storms and or Archons and or Reavers to deal with them, and you know, it's not, you don't usually see Reavers too much unless the Protoss is specifically going for some kind of Ser Reaver. So so it's mainly, you know, the Archons and the Templar you deal with, and usually in the early mid-game, the Protoss just leaves them all as Templar and doesn't make Archons, so if you can just Broodling all the Templars, you're good to go here. I'm a little bit surprised he didn't snipe that Templar. Maybe he wasn't paying attention. There really needs to snipe the Templar. Those are the only threat to mass Zerglings right now, especially because the Protoss didn't really get a significant upgrade advantage. He does have +1 right now against non-upgrading Lings, but I'm pretty sure NeMu's got an upgrade on the way as well. Presumably +1 Carapace, although I didn't actually check. Looks like that DT is probably going to be able to save everything, but yeah, it is +1 Carapace, because of course he wants to negate the +1 attack of these Zealots. If the Protoss has, you know, 1 extra attack over the Zerg's Carapace, then the Zealots will 2-shot the Lings instead of 3-shot them, so pretty crucial upgrade there, or at least for Zerg to match the Carapace upgrades. Anyway, NeMu, again, just kind of, he's going for the cannons, which is good. I'm still surprised he's not going for the Templar. There's 4 Templar here that are very vulnerable. Okay, it looks like now he's going for them. One storm did go off, not the best storm. He kind of, well, he's stormed the approach path, but still, 2 of those Templars going down. Is he going to get a 3rd one? I don't think so. The DT is there to save it. So, so TechnicS actually kind of doing what I suggested and going for the fast third. NeMu, interestingly, not going for the Queens, is actually just going for a Spire. I mean, he is going to have a lot of gas saved up. Oh, he's also got the Hydra, and he hasn't got the upgrades yet, and he's got the 4th base. So it looks like while going for that mass Ling kind of droning up into mass Ling style, he's also just gone every single tech path imaginable. Looks like getting melee attack as well. Now for those Zerglings, but the Zerglings didn't really do too much. So yeah, this is basically exactly what I said earlier on. Would be a good response to the mass Ling, is, you know, just play defensively, get a fast third. He's not too scary on the offense. In fact, I really think NeMu could have done a better job sniping the Templar there, but other than that, wasn't too much he could do anyway. So not a huge deal. Looks like some more Lings poking in the front here. I don't really see the point of this. Yeah. I mean, TechnicS is clearly being defensive right now, so I don't think there's going to be any opening for these things just kind of poke around the map, you know, get some good scouting off, make sure there's no hidden bases, that sort of thing. And he's getting his 4th base as well. And crucially, is he spending his gas now? Yeah, so he has gone for mutas. So of course, because he was going mass link, he had a lot of gas left over, able to go for a hive, you know, get a hive, get double upgrades, get the Hydroden, and get mass mutas, basically get everything. And I don't know if TechnicS is expecting this. He had a couple of Corsairs here roaming around. One of them's just been sniped. The other one presumably will get sniped as well because he doesn't seem to be paying too much attention to it. And he hasn't continued Corsair production here. Only one cannon in the main. Looks like actually his gateway positioning is forcing a few units to actually spawn on the inside, which is causing some pathing issues. But oh, looks like Link's moving in and trying to snipe some of these Templar. Right now these Templar are the only anti-air defense that TechnicS really has. He's actually got a few too many Templar, I think. Oh man, these mutas could just kill everything here. And here come the mutas. The Templar are running back to the cannons. How many are going to fall? How good are the storms going to be? Oh, good storm there. NeMu really has to be on top of these mutas if he wants to dodge the storms. More storms going off here. Basically just panic emergency storms against the mutas, making a couple of those Templar into an Archon. But man, the back of the natural, very, very exposed. The main base only has a single cannon in it. I'm not sure why NeMu is retreating with the mutas. Oh, it looks like because there was... Well, no, there's just one random Corsair here. I really think he should have gone to the main. I think NeMu might have given TechnicS too much credit here and just assumed that there was too much defense in the main. But look at how many mutas he's got. He really needs to go before too many defenses get up here. TechnicS, seeing how many mutas there are, now building the emergency cannons, also going for an attack here to hopefully buy himself some time, because he knows right now if the mutas go straight to his main, he won't be able to defend. So he needs to move out here. He's only got one Archon though, so I think he's going to lose a lot of these units. NeMu just has to dodge the storms, but neither of these Templar actually has energy for storm right now. TechnicS' money is getting quite high actually, having some macro issues. NeMu, on the other hand, spending it quite well, but it looks like a storm drop at the back of the 3rd here and a DT into the main base. Oh my god, this DT engine is quite 20 kills. I don't know. Oh, I think this was the DT from earlier where it was killing the Zerglings. That's why it has so many kills. It was like, there's no way this guy got 20 drone kills at this point. But that's going to get taken down, although it looks like the storm drop was pretty effective there. Sorry I didn't actually catch that in action. Anyway, what do we have in the main base? The hive is finished. Looks like Adrenal Glands is on the way. So known as the crack upgrade for the Zerglings. And looks like NeMu now finally spreading his Lings out a little bit, as you can see on the minimap, getting a bit better map vision. But otherwise, looks like we're going to go into the late game here without either player taking too much damage. So both fairly stable, and I quite like that actually, because then you can really see all the late game things, various cool units come into play. In my opinion, the super late game PvZ is the most interesting thing. Like, I think TvZ and PvC I think are the most interesting matchups overall, but TvZ is probably cooler like in the mid to early late game. Whereas in the super late game, I think PvZ is more interesting, because literally every single unit that you can build has a function in the late game. Dark Archons and Scouts actually both have functions. Believe it or not, in the late game PvZ, making a couple of Guardians, for example, back here behind the natural, is actually a very effective thing to do. And the best way to deal with Guardians is actually Scouts. Corsairs don't deal with them nearly as quickly, and also if you haven't already gotten the upgrades, the Corsairs really aren't that effective. If you just build 1 or 2 Scouts, it's actually really quite cool. Anyway, a big Zealot Archon army coming down here to attack. It's a decent Sim City with a good number of Sunkens, but the main army here is mutas, and there's a lot of storms here. You've got to really fly around and dodge these in order to not take too many hits there. Oh, nice! Baiting a storm out that did a lot of damage to the Zealots, and wow, just flying over here, trying to bait out all the storms, and it looks like he is actually going to be able to defend this much better than I expected, actually. All those Zealots actually ate a lot of storms here. It looks like the Adrenal Gland upgrade is finished. So NeMu is going to clean up this attack. However, TechnicS has expanded to 12 o'clock. One Zergling not quite doing its job. But he doesn't quite have an army now to defend it. If NeMu goes to deny that, although actually looking at the supply, still 146 supply for TechnicS. But look at this, NeMu is about even in supply with TechnicS right now. So that is looking pretty scary for the Pro. So you never really want to let the Zerg catch up to you in supply. Pro should always be 20-30 supply ahead of Zerg, maybe even more depending on what stage of the game it is. And now we have some Ultras coming out here. NeMu, who's been really efficient in this game. Oh, the Ultras are actually already out. Looks like he actually got speed for them first before their carapace upgrade. But here we go, the Ultra Link coming in to deny this 12 o'clock base. That's going to be forced to cancel for sure here. The Muta's up here as well, but there's an Archon, and just trying to bait out more of these storms here. He's not even grouping up, as you can see, not doing the normal Muta stack here, and that's definitely on purpose here. He wants to avoid taking a lot of damage just from a single storm. So so purposely leaving the spread out, although it does obviously make it much more difficult to micro them and to target down an individual Templar. Those seems to be doing a decent job anyway. That Nexus is going to fall, which is not cancelled. Approach may even transferred here. TechnicS really wanted to save that, but unfortunately was unable to, and actually lost a lot of units in the meantime while he was doing that. Lost a lot of his Templar, which are quite crucial actually in dealing with the Ultra Link here. And oh man, more Ultras coming out of your TechnicS. Losing all these Templar is bad because it means he's not going to have the Archon count to deal with the Ultra Link. The one unit you really need to deal with this composition as Protoss is Archons. That's like all you need really. And he's just not going to have it. So TechnicS kind of falling apart here. A lot of Ultra Link moving in, and GG from TechnicS. NeMu takes game number 1 in this best of something. Best of 5 for now, but who knows. All right. Man, that is slightly surprising to me that NeMu could actually just take that with a somewhat silly strategy, to be honest. I mean, TechnicS' Protoss is really quite good. Didn't really show it that game, but yeah. All right, cool. So let's just go into game number 2. I'm gonna host it up. Actually, I'm gonna say map first, because we are unrestricted by the TLS map pool. We can pick whatever map we want. These players could pick BGH if they so desire. Although I'll probably smack them if they do. All right. Oh, looks like Draw showing up in the chat. Too tired to to play the show match, but not too tired to check things out. All right. Apparently nobody wants to pick a map. Shall I pick? Let's have some viewer suggestions of map. All right. Anybody want to suggest a map? All right, we've got one call for destination. I'll give it like 10 more seconds so I don't sit around too long. We've got 2 Desties actually. Bakri surprisingly picked Desti. Casey picks Outsider. That's what I was thinking as well. But we've got a few picks for Desti. Okay, so we're gonna go destination for the next map. Sweet. Quite like destination actually. I originally suggested it for the TLS map pool, believe it or not, and was opposed by several other people. So I was like, all right, whatevs. Viewers pick.